Oh, this is rough, guys. It's the bear market. It is officially here, man. And we are all down pretty heavy, guys. I feel it too. We're down 75% from all-time highs, in the HEX price, that is. And really, markets are kind of down in general, all around, except for some crazy Bitcoin pump based on the Russia news, which I think is really temporary, to be honest. I mean, you might see black swan events and certain narratives catching on for a couple of days, but guys, the trend is in. We're in a bear market. You got to face the music. If this is your first rodeo, I just got to remind you all to be patient with this. Selling your bags at a local low like this is not the way that you're ever going to get rich on crypto. If you bought HEX 6 months ago and you're down, well, look, I feel bad for you, but you're not going to get better by going to chase some altcoin that's already pumping and then you missed it, okay? You're not going to get any satisfaction out of emergency ending your stakes, nuking your whole bag, and then going to chase a pump. That's a losing strategy time and time again. So I'm here to describe why I'm still so bullish on HEX, especially at the lows. And really, guys, the only way to win in crypto is to do the opposite of what your brain is telling you to do. Everything in your brain right now is telling you sell, sell, sell. Maximum pain, especially if you bought any time in the last 5 months. If not, you know, the majority of us are vastly up on our HEX investments and we can kind of just chill. But if you're down and the 75% dip worries you guys, dips are in the game. They're par for the course in crypto, and I've been saying this since day one. The price you pay for the mad gains is extreme volatility, and if you're not okay with that, get out of crypto. Just sell your bag now, guys. If you're not okay with this HEX dip, if you're not okay with crypto dipping, because I got to remind you, Bitcoin does this, Ethereum does this every couple of years. They dip 85%. I'm going to show you the chart to prove it. So if you're new to crypto and you just can't sleep at night, you just can't stand the fact that your paper money is hypothetically down, get out, okay? This is not a good game for your mental health, right? You shouldn't be investing with more than you're willing to lose. But if you want to know why I'm still more bullish than ever and why I feel more confident than ever promoting this, stick around because I know that cycles are a fact in crypto. They just are. Giant dips are a fact. And in coins with product market fit, such as HEX, a store of value coin with crazy game theory, great marketing, great community, all this really good stuff. No admin keys, amazing founder. I'm going to talk about a lot of the cool stuff coming out. Pulse chain right around the corner, Staker app, HEX investment trusts, fiat on-ramps. So much to get excited about. When the price goes down, guys, that's when people are actually building. That's when people can actually focus on not the euphoria of all their gains, but they can actually get down to business and build the infrastructure that we need to take HEX into the future and to show HEX to a global audience. Because right now, we've barely made a dent, guys. We've got 81,000 stakers. Yeah, that statistic is growing every single day. 81,000 stakers, it's always growing. I'll show you a chart in a minute. Stick around. But we haven't even gone viral yet in HEX, okay? It's only 2 years old. It's experienced its first bull market, and it had a crazy run up. 10,000x in this bull market alone after just over 2 years. And now we're having a little dip, and maybe it feels like the sky is falling. I'm here to tell you it's not. These dips are historically the best time to buy, and bear markets are really when the generational wealth is made. So I know everything in your brain is telling you, sell, sell, sell. You need to flip the script on your own emotions. That's the hardest part about investing. You need to look at this death and this blood in the streets as opportunity. Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Guys, ask yourself, do you really think HEX is out of gas? That there's nobody left working on it? That there's no more community left? Everyone just up and went away? Not at all. Metrics on my social channel, for example, they're way up. I doubled my follower count in the last 2 months alone. Subscribers are going way up. Views are going way up. People are really interested in what is HEX? What is Pulse Chain? How is this going to make them money? We have more newcomers than ever. And if you're a brand new newcomer, congratulations. You have the dip buying opportunity of a lifetime, most likely. We're down 75%. And a lot of these cryptos tend to go down, anywhere between 85, even 90%. So dollar cost averaging in on a dip, meaning buying little chunks at a time in dip environments like we've had for the last probably 2 months now, has always been good historically in crypto, in cryptos that don't die. And a lot of them don't die. But in fact, HEX is not only poised to survive, but to thrive in the future. My social metrics are up. I'm looking at it right on the screen here. Subscriber count, view count growing every day. 1 million views. I got that 11 days ago, guys. In technical analysis, when one metric is going up while the price is going down, that's called divergence. Now, I don't know if that applies to social metrics, but I'm clearly experiencing divergence in the social metrics right now, meaning more and more people are getting interested at a time where prices are going down. Maybe, call me crazy, maybe this is money shifting from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient, like hopefully yourself. Guys, we have the HEX investment trust that I just heard Kinetics drop some information about. Kinetics and Whales Only dropped some info about how they made some progress, and they're effectively done with stage 1 of 3 stages in the HEX investment trust. So get ready for this. what this is going to do, how this is going to pump your bags, is it takes investor money to buy up the HEX price and stake it, and never sells HEX. And in return, they offer an ETN, basically an exchange-traded, publicly traded note on Wall Street that tracks the price of HEX. Now, Grayscale does this with Bitcoin. What's even cooler that Kinetics dropped on us the other day, shout out to Kinetics, is that they're even going to allow you to potentially give your HEX to the HEX Investment Trust as an investment, and then grant you some of the note on the open market, which you can then dump on the open market to other sellers, but it doesn't actually touch HEX at all. It doesn't ever touch spot HEX. So isn't that cool? As a way to potentially sell your HEX or extract value out of it, why not just give it to the HEX Investment Trust and then receive an equal amount of these HEX Investment Trust notes, right? This would be similar to GBTC, what Grayscale does, and then dump all the GBTC for dollars, right? And that's money in your bank account. Very creative ways to extract value from the system without having to sell. Speaking of that, Hedron's a very cool new app. People are extracting value out of this, or hoping to at least, by minting Hedron as a derivative token that they can take out loans against their HEX stakes. They can also trade their HEX stakes. So when you wrap a stake, you have the ability to either essentially take out a loan on it or trade it. Now, use this protocol or don't. It's very new, very experimental, but this is, I think, going to be a net positive to the HEX ecosystem, because what's happening here, guys, with Hedron.pro, check out the website. They're just creating another game to go along with HEX. All right, this is just one more option. People like options. If you don't want to lock yourself into a stake for 15 years and you're scared that after year 5 or 6, you might have some crazy life event come up, well, congratulations. Now you have an option to get rid of that stake early and potentially make some of the money back based on the number of days served and the number of T-shares you got in. You could sell that as an NFT on an NFT marketplace and hopefully get some value for your stake in a secondary bond market. Now, with more options, guys, that means more people buying HEX and staking HEX. You can't just trade a stake without making a stake. You can't just take a loan out on your stake without making a stake. You can't make a stake without buying HEX. And what happens when you buy HEX? Number go up. It's very, very simple, guys. I think people are overcomplicating this. And yes, it is new and experimental, so be careful. But it's been audited. It is decentralized. And I'm very optimistic for this when it comes to the HEX price. This is just one example of infrastructure going on. Stake Your App V2 is coming out. Steph, Firebun, and a couple of the promoters, HODLdog and Gerardo, they're doing a great job helping people achieve their financial goals and dreams with this app that is so user-friendly that it almost feels like you're not even using crypto. Now, everyone's probably got it today on their phone, and they probably use it as a tracker app. I know if you're like me, you use it to just track your shares, to track the price, maybe see what league you're in. There's this league system that gamifies the entire HEX experience, but V2 is going to melt faces and blow minds. The referral system is going to be up, so it's going to be self-propagating, self-fulfilling promotion. It's going to exist on Pulse Chain, and there's going to be crazy new features that you don't even know about yet, guys. I don't even know about yet. Apparently, it's going to be able to handle Pulse Chain and Pulse X as well, and you're going to be able to flip-flop between networks. And as we know, once we're on Pulse Chain, all this stuff actually becomes usable. We can start onboarding people to Stake Your App tomorrow if Pulse Chain was out. Because the reason that it's stopping everybody from onboarding today is that when you tell somebody to get in and then they're going to get eaten up with $200 worth of gas fees after they buy, transfer out of Coinbase, swap on Uniswap, and make the stake, by the time they've done all that, they're $250 in the hole. And they're like, why did I even do this in the first place? I only wanted to invest $200 and the gas fees are eating my entire bag alive. This is stupid, right? Pulse Chain's going to fix this. PulseChain.com right around the corner, guys. The finishing touches, the sprinkles on top are being put on right now. That's going to unlock Stake Your App. That's going to unlock Hedron even more so. And guys, it's just going to be a frenzy of people trying to get in when Pulse Chain is delivered. And when Pulse Chain is delivered, I'm hoping it's at the bottom of a bear market, because that's really the best time to launch a product. I don't care what you say. It is physically the best time to launch a brand new innovation like Pulse Chain in the bear market, because there's no more negative sentiment left. The only way to go is up. It's very, very simple. Clearly, we're in a bear market. Let's let it blow off some more steam. Okay, let's stake and chill. Again, you're earning interest while you're staking. You're earning interest. Okay, HEX price could fall 40% more. And if you have an average length stake, hey, congratulations, your APY just made that up in the course of a year. Guys, crypto is volatile. You'll be surprised how fast the tides can turn, right? And how fast we can go back from bearish sentiment to bullish sentiment. But what I'm saying is, let's blow off some more steam in the markets in general, because let's let Pulse Chain launch at the lows so that you're positioned to ride even higher, okay? And if you're dollar cost averaging at these lows and you hit the next bull market, whether that's in 6 months or 8 months or a year from now, when you hit the next bull market, if you've been dollar cost averaging in at the lows and you've been paying attention to Pulse X and Pulse Chain, you're on top of the game, guys. You're going to be the one that everyone's buying into. And then congratulations on the next pump. You'll already have locked in your bag. you're going to experience all the gains of the next bull market. And there will be another bull market, guys. Crypto's not going anywhere. There's more developers than there's ever been before. These NFT things won't seem to die. People are talking about it left and right. People are donating Bitcoin to Ukraine. It's in the public consciousness. Crypto is not going anywhere. And Richard Hart is doing what smart people do, what I do, what a lot of other people in the community are doing. Put your head down and build. And shut up about the price. Really, if it's going to make you overly emotional, and if you're going to be watching the price every day, and if it's going to affect your daily life, you probably shouldn't have been in crypto in the first place. You don't just buy a coin and it goes up forever, okay? And I know, it hurts, okay? I hate this chart right here. I hate this chart right now. But I'm going to love it when it starts going up again. And you have to look at this and frame it differently. 75% dips are opportunities. Look what happened in Bitcoin, guys. Back in April, we had a 55% dip, okay? HEX is really no less volatile than even Bitcoin and Ethereum. Your quote-unquote blue chip cryptos, yeah, right. Nothing's a blue chip crypto, all right? Everything in crypto is extremely experimental and volatile. Look what happened just a couple of years ago. 83% dip in Bitcoin. It took exactly a year to get there. We go back even more. We have, what is this, another 85, 86% dip in Bitcoin. Guys, if you got shaken out in this dip, Bitcoin was 160 bucks. I would kill for the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at 160 bucks again. I would kill for the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at 3,000. But now that Bitcoin's so high, it's not even worth it to me. But let's go to Ethereum, for example. Oh, look, just a couple of months ago, 55% dip. So much for your safe haven assets. So your safe haven blue chip crypto that still dips 55%, right? Let's see what happened back here. Oh, negative 95% dip in Ethereum back in the 2017 bubble. 95%, guys. This stuff happens in crypto. Let's not even use Bitcoin or Ethereum. Let's use Binance, for example. Oh, look, what happened back here in May? 69% dip. Boom. Overnight almost, in a week. What happened in June of 2019? 85% dip. This was a long, stretched out one over the course of a few months. How about back here? From January of 18 to December of 18, almost a full year, BNB experienced an 83% dip, okay? Dips are in crypto, guys. You got to look at what asset you're holding and ask yourself, is this an asset worth holding? With HEX, it's paying you the whole time. It's paying you to shut up and forget about it. Go outside. Dollar cost average. Now is the time to grind. Hit the 9-to-5 job if you have to. Stack some dollar bills, convert that into crypto at the lows, and boom, your 2 to 5 year retirement plan, you can exit in the next bull market and everyone's happy, okay? People look at crypto like a get rich quick, but it's not get rich overnight. It's get rich relatively quick. I even like to say it's a get rich slow scheme, but it still beats the hell out of a 40 years and 9-to-5 job and 401k, retirement, all that stuff, okay? Wouldn't you rather be able to be financially free in 2 to 5 years rather than 40 years, basically your whole life? So HEX is different than a lot of cryptos, right? HEX is a store of value. It's designed better than Bitcoin, got a better community, logo, website, founder, more viral already, still pre-viral, meaning that we actually haven't experienced exponential growth in user count. Let's check out HEX, apphex.win/charts. We can see here, look at the steady increase in stakers every single day. Today, we reach new all-time highs in current stakers every day. We're at 81,876 stakers today. Onboarding is happening, guys. You just don't see it when you look at a chart like this. You don't see the fact that every time a whale dumps, you're onboarding into 100 new wallets of new people that are ready to hold for the long term. And when sentiment comes back, guys, we're going to look back on this time and we're probably going to wish we had acted a little differently, right? So think about what you're holding, guys. Look, I don't like seeing the prices down. I hate it. Okay. I love HEX. I own HEX. I hate seeing my bag down. But you know what? When you actually think and stop for a second and look at what's going on in the ecosystem, look at your decorrelated asset, right? HEX is primarily tied to USDC, meaning it doesn't have to rise and fall with the price of Bitcoin. Perfect example of this, Bitcoin went up way high today. Bitcoin pumped hard on the Ukraine government news, and HEX dropped off. HEX fell off a little bit. So I just tweeted this out today, but if you want a decorrelated asset, yeah, that means HEX is up when Bitcoin is down. It also means HEX is down when Bitcoin is up. You can't just have the good parts of the decorrelation, all right? You get the bad parts of the decorrelation too. But guys, what usually happens? There's usually a cycle of what happens after people buy into Bitcoin. Well, a lot of that money does trickle back into alts, right? Because people buy into Bitcoin as the gateway drug. Some of that crypto that's now in the ecosystem trickles back down. Some of this Ethereum might trickle in to the Ethereum ecosystem, to popular applications like HEX. So crypto's doing what it's always done, guys. It's no more or less volatile than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Pulse chain's right around the corner. The average weighted stake length is up to 6.3 years and growing every day. Stakers are growing, social metrics are growing, pulse chains around the corner, people are building awesome stuff. HEX is in the news, it's in the Daytona 500. Hedron's out there exposing HEX to NFT degens. So why would anybody want to buy HEX now? Well, if you look at the history of crypto, if you think that history tends to repeat itself, yeah, past performance isn't indicative of future performance and all that, but history does rhyme, cycles do happen. If you haven't noticed, guys, everything else is way down all around us. Are you going to buy into Bitcoin that's had 12 years to do what it did, from $0 to $60,000? Or are you going to buy a store value that's 2 years old, that's paying you interest? The APY insulates you from price dips. It protects you. It's designed to overperform in a bear market. Right now it's down. I get it. But to me, HEX has infinitely more upside potential when we look at next year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. At some point, yeah, maybe I'll stop promoting HEX. When HEX gets boring and when HEX stabilizes at $1,000 in the future or whatever, sure, maybe it'll become a little less interesting. But why wouldn't you want to buy the store value with infinitely much more potential, so much more going on? And it's really just the new kid on the block, okay? So that's enough of my rant for today, guys. Flip the script on yourself, really put things into perspective, and ask yourself during these volatile times, during these times of temporary price suppression, what are the assets that you want to be scaling into to hold for the next 3 to 5 years? Right? Maybe 10, maybe 15 years if you want to be a real Hexican, right? Are you going to go into Bitcoin, which if we're lucky, really lucky, and all the stars align, Bitcoin does a 2x, right? Or are you going to get into HEX, which if you lock it up and make interest the whole time, you're insulated from the price movements, you're decorrelated from crypto in general by being tied to USDC, you got pulse chain right around the corner, and it's sitting at what? 13, 12 cents? Can easily go to $100, guys. Sounds crazy, but it sounded crazy to say that Bitcoin could go to $10,000 when Bitcoin was sitting at $10, didn't it? So do you believe or not, right? At the end of the day, I'm going to sleep well at night knowing that my HEX bags are stacked. And if you're new here and you're wondering what to do, typically dollar cost averaging and buying the dip tend to be a good idea in long-term assets such as HEX. But I'm not a financial advisor, guys. You make your own decisions. You think for yourself. Take personal responsibility. Self-sovereignty is what crypto is all about. And guys, I'm empathizing with you here. I know that nobody likes seeing their bag down. But I've never been more optimistic, seriously, about HEX and about the price. I know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm trying to explain to you what's going on. And you can take as active a role as you want. If you don't want to be a keyboard warrior, complaining and crying on Twitter, you can start building stuff for the community. These are great times to build because the attention is off of the price and you have some downtime to actually think and plan, strategize your next move. Someone's going to build a fiat on-ramp in the future. Imagine when that happens. Imagine when you can go up to your buddy and say, hey, you want to convert your dollars directly into HEX? And there's an app for that, right? That's happening in the future. Nobody knows when. There's no deadlines, no expectations of profit from the work of others. But you got to ask yourself, look around you. Is this community giving up? I don't see any signs of anybody giving up here. I'm just hitting it even harder than I already have. And that's because I know that there's so much less risk in promoting HEX when the prices are low. So with my conscience, I can actually sleep well at night promoting this at lows because I know you probably can't fall that much farther, right? And if this is your first dip, you're going to be battle hardened after this one, guys. This is your first real dip, right? You might have experienced a little dip, from 30 cents down to 20 cents. That's not a dip, guys. A real bear market in crypto, a real crypto winter is long and drawn out and painful. And it exhausts all of the hope from everybody. Even the most bullish of people are down about the price at the very end. And very, very few people remain positive and optimistic in these times. So I'm just here to tell you everything's going to be okay, regardless of what you choose to do. But I'm on Team HEX. Like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.